Hello, it's Tim. Existential Detections. I was just about to go to bed and then realized I probably didn't say anything of importance in the last two emails. So, or videos, whatever. But it's the same thing with emails. So I figured I would do another one. Introduction part 3 coming at you at some point in time when you watch it, if you do. Didn't really seem that I was expressing anything of importance. However, had to make sure my mic was on. However, eek, irk. Alright. Had to make sure that, I don't know, I was telling you, or leaving you with something of importance, with this channel. Again, not comfortable being in front of the mic or the camera. Just not something that I really care to do. But here I am because it seems that, I don't know, our Father wants me to be here doing this. So here I am. Hey! This is the third video that I made. You might recognize me from the other two that I just posted not too long ago. Here I am. I don't know. Fuck, this music is... I figured that like some background music would probably be good, but it's so loud, it distracts me. But anyway, you know, spirit and shit. Yes, I drink, I smoke. Not perfect. If you're perfect, you probably don't want to be here. But as for all the rest of us sinners, you know, fuck it. The important thing is that I wanted to express that wherever you are in your life, no matter how messy, you can, I don't know, make change. You're not stuck. It may seem like you're stuck, but you're not. You can figure out where you are and where you want to be and work towards getting to where you want to be. A lot of it's visualization. I know spirit or spiritual channels, spiritual books speak in some weird fucking language that you can't understand. But there are practical explanations and practical approaches that you can take to get you to where you want to be, such as manifestation. All manifestation boils down to getting an idea in your mind, fermenting that idea in your mind, and working towards it. Manifestation, as per The Secret, if you ever watched the video, and you should definitely watch the video, very uplifting, boils down to having an image in your mind that you want to achieve, whether it is setting a strength goal or writing a book, meeting a particular person, whatever it is that you want to do, you can achieve, no matter how ridiculous. But what's going to happen is you get the idea in your mind, I want to accomplish X. X is, let's be hypothetical. You want to, I don't know, marry an actress. Or what the fuck ever. Porn star. It doesn't matter. No judgment here. You want X. And then you get X in your mind. I want to do this. You acknowledge where you're at. And then, pray about it. Think about it. Visualize it. Eventually, the more that you fucking think about this, you will get the stair steps to achieve that. And then that's what you fucking do. It may be like, oh, I need to fucking do this one thing. And then you do that one thing. And then it'll be like, oh, you need to do this. You need to do this. But I'm going to caution you. It's like, if you start thinking about this, you may not really want whatever it is that you fucking want. You may think you do, but not necessarily. That's just a generalized. We'll go over it in depth. There'll definitely be a manifestation video where we talk about the practical applications of it, because that's what we're gonna do. We're going to talk about the practical applications, what it is, and how you achieve it. And my hands are down here, and I guess I need to be up here. But anyway, and that's most of these things, everything spiritual people talk way up here about is actually just very practical things that anyone can achieve, regardless of who they are. And what I promise in these videos, or what the fuck ever I try to do, I will continually work or do my due diligence to get better at. And, try to help people. That's the purpose. That's the purpose of, pretty much life, is just to help other people. But before we can help other people, we need to help ourselves. And that's why it took me so long to do all these, because, I don't know, this house was a mess. It was a mess. I don't know. I should have started, I don't know, about a week ago when everything was a mess. And then I could be like, look, it's a mess. But it's not going to be static. There's going to be shit that changes, and we're going to do different things and, work on different things. Because that is the process of any craft. Whether it be your house, whether it be you want to write or, paint, whatever the fuck it is, it's all about development. First you start, you fucking do something. It could be terrible. You could look at it and be like, you fucking puke all over it. Well, hopefully not. But if you do, this is the first part. Then you wipe it off, and then, you add, details and stuff. Writing, painting, whatever it is, it's a craft. You don't have to be special. You don't have to be talented. You don't have to be an artist. Everyone is the same shit. It's all up in the brain. We're all shit out, from the vagina, and fucking are born and grow. We all have the same potential within us. The seed of God, the soul, or whatever you want to call it. We all start up the same way. We all have the same potential. Yes, some of our potentials are geared towards one thing, maybe mechanics. Some is geared towards art, visual representation of shit, creating stuff. Whatever it is, we all have the same potential. And then, tabula rasa. I think that's Rousseau, or is it Rousseau or Descartes? One of the fuckers. We all start with the same stuff. And then you can, like, some of that is nurtured and grown. Some of it's not. But everybody is capable of doing the same shit. Look out Huey Laurie's song. Hugh Laurie song. I don't know what the fuck it is. I'll check it out and put it in the description if I can figure that out. If not, just look up Hugh Laurie. I don't know, jazz songs. He did an album. If you don't know who Hugh Laurie is, he I don't know what the fuck is that. House. He was in House. The character House. Check it out. You know what I'm talking about. And then just Google Hugh Laurie, I don't know, music or something. I'll try to put it down in the description. But he did a song about fuck you stuff and just put it out there. And that's the beauty of this modern age, is that you do not need a multi-billion-dollar corporation to make stuff. You can make your own shit. SoundCloud. And once you learn how to market and do other shit, maybe it'll connect to people, maybe it won't. Who fucking cares? Maybe you'll make some bucks. Keep your day job. And then once you hit it big, you can do whatever you want to. I wouldn't, you still have to have, logic and, not fuck your money away and do all that. But, that's another lesson. All this stuff is complicated. There is no set, if I do this, I'm going to achieve this. Unless it comes with pipelines, such as if I want to be a doctor, then I have to go to college and do this and do that, and then eventually become a doctor. But there is no guarantee that you're going to achieve shit. You just do your best, work hard, and see what happens. But sometimes our Father intervenes and sends you out on all kinds of fucking crazy quests. Because the point is, it's not the destination. The destination is your goal. The journey is everything in between. And if anyone has read Lord of the Rings, you know that, hey, his goal was to get to Mordor, but hey, some crazy shit happened in between. That is the way life is. Life is a fucking joke. It's a game. Spirit are some fucking practical jokers. They do all kinds of crazy shit. I am not sponsored by Michelob Ultra, but if you do want to, I'm down, because shit gets expensive. But otherwise, life is crazy. Existence is crazy. Look, it's taken me 3 fucking videos to cover basically anything at all. And, it is what it is. That's gonna be a big saying on this channel. It is what it is. Because it's exactly what it is. Perspective. Your perspective can change. Other people's perspectives can change. I was a classical liberal. Classical liberal. Most of my studies was the 18th, 19th century. Fucking great shit. You should check it out. Is mostly what is the basis of what liberalism is built upon. And today's liberalism is so far outside of that, it's ridiculous. But it's a good foundation. It's what most of our country is built upon, is the philosophy, the political philosophy of that time period. And shit changes. I was having a conversation with a friend of mine in Germany, and he said that it's like the goalposts change. Like you're liberal, and then one day you wake up and the goalpost is shifted, and like you're still the same way, but the political philosophy is shifted. That seems to be the case with a lot of things. Certainly, the world is not what it appeared to be. Well, the world has definitely changed since the 80s and 90s. Yeah, growing up. But the thing is, you can't be a victim about it. You gotta fucking learn. And to learn, you gotta read. You can't take excerpts. You can't read other people's opinions about this philosophy that they read. You gotta read it yourself. It sucks. I know a lot of people may be struggling. It may suck. But again, you got to identify where you're at, figure out where you want to go. If you don't know where you want to go, or you don't know where you're at, you got to reflect. Journal is a good thing. It keeps track of your thoughts, and because the mind, it forgets. Something can be so important to you, and then after a few minutes, it's gone. That's why you journal. You write that shit down. You get out your inner emotions onto the page. If you're not comfortable enough to be putting it out there, journal. Figure out where your thoughts are. Figure out where your mind's at. And then you can, even if you never go back and read it again, it's in your mind. Once you write it down, it kind of sticks with you. But if you forget, you can always go back. I mean, you can reread it. Help you with your self-reflection, because ultimately that's the most important thing, is figuring out where you are. Your self-reflection. You have to reflect, though. You have to think about where you are, what you're doing. In the spiritual circles, they always talk about being woke, waking up, enlightenment. What the fuck does that even mean, enlightenment? It's basically coming to the point where you get into yourself. You realize yourself and the ability that you have. Like you become aware of where you're fucking at. And it's like, oh, I'm in this room and I got a single bed and I'm shitting in a fucking bucket and everything's fucking terrible. Well, okay. That's where you are. It may be a little shitty. However, once you recognize that, and it's like, I'm like laying on the bed and I'm shitting in a bucket and my dick's on fire and all that stuff. That's where you're at. One problem at a time. But until you admit and realize where you're at in life, whether you're 7 or 70, I mean, most of the time, the psychological development is after puberty, 13, 15, something like that. Then you get seated in your consciousness. And that's pretty much, where you're at for the rest of your life. You can grow and evolve, and, I mean, that's where those terms come from or define, however you want to look at it. Once you get that awareness of what you're doing and who you are and, the minutia of life, like, I wake up and I do this and I do this from like 8 that and I get paid for that and I do this. Once you are aware of it, you see your life not from an external perspective or as like you're a robot and all this stuff's happening to you. Once you, take power, take awareness of what you're doing, then it's very simple. At that point, like I've mentioned previously, it's you basically just make a fucking plot a point. You're here. Where you want to be is here. And you just plot the points. Hold up. Wait a minute. Here. Yeah, you just plot the points to where the fuck you want to be. Again, like the easiest course is the physical, because there's 3 forms. The physical, the body, the mental, the mind, and the spiritual, which is everything else. It's the energy, all the energies that fucking coalesce. But that is the simplest thing ever. Whether you want to be an actor in Hollywood, it's a simple fucking thing. Like, you go to, first off, it'd probably be easy to go to Hollywood and you learn a script or interview what the fuck ever, and then you do it. And if you don't get selected, you know what? You just keep fucking practicing. Now, I mean, the practicality of it, there's no telling what kind of fucking ridiculous shit you have to do in order to get it. Maybe suck a dick. As much as we in this woke culture want to discount that, you still may have to. Depending. There is the reality of situations. But hey, I mean, you willing to do that? There you go. Oscar nomination. But there are other options. We'll get into that too. Like the variants of ways to achieve your goal. But maybe that was a terrible example. I mean, if you want to be an engineer, that's pretty simple. You go to college and learn a bunch of math, do some shit, and then you're an engineer. Like, the pipeline is pretty much laid out for you. But it requires a lot of work. So it's simple in the fact that, I need to learn fucking math, and then I need to learn like algebra, and then I need to learn like some kind of fucked up calculus, and so forth and so on. Most of the problems exist in the limitations that we put in our mind. I can't do that. I can't do math. You can do math. Math is fucking simple. Once you learn arithmetic, everything else builds off of it. If you say you can't fucking do engineering and shit, well, that's because you haven't fucking learned the beginning. And then you haven't learned, built up on it. Most of the fucking problems that we encounter is because we limit ourselves. I can't do that. I'm not a fucking math prodigy. I'm not a singer. I can't sing. I can't do this or that. Fuck that. You can. You can do anything that you want to, but most of what we want to requires work to be put into it. However, the beauty of our society is that we're taught that we can't do that shit because we're working a 9 to 5. We're doing, or working a 12-hour shift or a 16-hour shift or what the fuck ever. Maybe you're a crayon eating infantryman. Whatever the fuck, you can learn it. It just takes effort. But most of our effort is physical. We're used to physical demand. We're not used to mental demand. The mental demand is far harder because you don't have the physical shit with it. Like, you want to do more push-ups? You just fucking do more push-ups. It's that fucking simple. You want to do 100 squats? You know what? You start out with 10 squats, or 5 squats, or 1 squat, and you just keep doing that until you can fucking do 100 squats. It's really fucking simple. Now, you want to learn something like fucking algebra or predicate logic or whatever. Well, I mean, it's the same fucking process. Using your brain. I know we don't really use our brains in America. That's okay. But you just use that. And then, eventually you'll fucking learn algebra, and then eventually you can learn calculus and like all the other crazy calculuses and all the other maths beyond that. But that's the fucking process. But it's so much simpler to be like, oh, I'm so fucking dumb. Yeah, I know. We're a society of victims. I mean, that's pretty much what we are. We're taught to be a society of victims because, I guess it's so much cooler or what the fuck ever. But you can learn any fucking thing that you want to. I'm a fucking retard, and I learned philosophy, sort of, as an undergrad in college. I got a degree, apparently passed and stuff. Apparently I fucking know philosophy. But I worked my ass off. I had to relearn how to read. And that's the biggest thing, is not trying to be, how do I put this? Not being so arrogant to think that you know everything, or that you, being a bit of a fool to realize that, I may not learn this, or I may not know this, or know how to do this. Like, I need to do something different. Shifting, focusing differently, moving from one thing to another. And that's one of the biggest things, is not getting so caught up in ourselves that we don't shift focus. Like I said, I read a shit ton of books before I ever got to college. And then once I did, I was reading philosophy, and I'm like, I would read a paragraph or a line. I spent hours on one sentence. I'm like, I don't know because I would read the thing, and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck this is. And I read it again, I'm like, I don't know what the fuck this is. A paragraph. Read a paragraph. This is fucking ridiculous. And then I'd just break it down line by line, and I relearned how to read because that's what it required. I mostly read fiction before that. But that's me. You do whatever. Maybe you can fucking do it. The point is acknowledging where we're lacking on a subject. Acknowledging where we need to work. And then just putting the fucking time and effort in. Yes, it's not... We don't live in a world where spending time on something is valued. we want to throw everything away. It's like a new game comes out, a new movie comes out, we throw it away, and it's like, oh no, there's a new one here. Way. Maybe that's part of the fucking problem. Is that we have been conditioned to value speed over efficiency, to value the new over an ingrained knowledge or substance of something. Maybe you should think about that. I don't know. You know, capitalism is cool enough, but you know, it comes with its demerits, to say the least. But I don't know. Veterans out there that are struggling. There's a lot of good guys out there. Again, YouTube is a valuable resource, or at least, you know, internet, whatever. Like, not gonna deify a platform. It's all about the information out there. But if you're struggling, like, look up mandatory fun day. It's fucking funny. Unsubscribe, funny. If you need to fucking get motivated, Goggins, Camalossos, I don't know. There's a lot of different resources out there. I talk to vets because I am one. But I've looked at a lot of the philosophies of these guys and shit. And, like, I don't know. Find where you are. Find something. And that's the biggest thing. Find something. Like, YouTube is a wealth of fucking people out there doing something to help you. And most of them have, unlike, you know, traditional media, they have actually proven themselves to do whatever the fuck it is that they do. If you want to work out, like I said, Nick Camalossos, David Goggins. You want to, like, laugh about shit, mandatory fun day. I don't know, spiritual stuff. Seldom Dreams is a good one. Divine Phoenix Rising. I'll have to check that one out. But there's a lot of really good people and resources out there. If you need, if you're struggling, if you need a something, encouragement, there's people out there. Don't fucking listen to the media and look at the fucking world. Like, just, if you do that, you're gonna set yourself up for failure, because honestly, the world at large is a shithole, and you're just gonna drive yourself crazy. Start focusing, as Father said, focus on yourself, and then once you get yourself sorted, then you can help other people. If you start trying to help other people and you're not okay yourself, it's gonna be a mess. But if you want to get with if you want to build a more solid foundation on your own spiritual journey, start with Bear Independent. You know, he'll give you the law. He'll give it to you good. That would be a good place to start. If you want to, start with Jesus. If you, feel like you need redemption and stuff, like, he'll definitely give it to you. Spiritual path is not definitely for everybody. Definitely. But certainly, you can find anything that you want to. If you have a little bit of inspiration, search it out. I was like, oh, I want to look up this. Well, look it up. If you really like it, continue to nurture that. Certainly, you do not have to spend money to start developing yourself. If you feel the need, express yourself, journal, go for a walk. If it's, not a dangerous neighborhood. If it is, I don't know, maybe go to a gym. There's, for every problem, if you want to do something, for every problem that comes to your mind, there is a solution. Find that solution, follow it, because our Father who art in heaven is not going to do everything for you. All the things outside of your purview, the uncertainty and the potential, He will take care of. But you're gonna, if you get an insight to like, maybe I should go to the gym, maybe you should. I mean, what gym and all that shit, you're gonna have to like figure out. I mean, he'll kind of give you guidance to, pick it out, but he'll give you that. But you're gonna have to like walk your happy ass to the fucking gym to do that. And if, you're wondering, like, I'm not here to tongue punch your butthole, but, I'm here to fucking help. Anywho, thanks for tuning in. I guess this is my longest fucking video, so, hey! Thanks for joining, and I'll try to put some links in the description for the things that I mentioned if I can remember them. And see you next time.